Hi guys, this is Dr. Ahmet Ergin. I'm an endocrinologist, a diabetes education specialist, and a metabolism expert, which means that we help with weight loss as well. Now, today we are going to talk about something called intermittent fasting. If you're one of our fans who have been watching our channel, you have heard a few times about intermittent fasting. And today we are going to talk about how to do intermittent fasting. 5 ways to do intermittent fasting. Let's get started. Guys, by the way, to help us pay for the bills for the production cost of all those videos that we are bringing to you, please do not skip the ads. At least watch more than 30 seconds of it. That's going to help us dramatically. Let's move on to our topic today. Okay guys, so as you know, intermittent fasting is very valuable. It helps the weight loss, that's for sure, if you're watching this for weight loss. If you have diabetes or pre-diabetes or insulin resistance, you name it, whatever you have, it is going to help you dramatically without sacrificing everything you love, right? So you don't have to go into this diet, that diet, stop eating this forever, keep salivating. No, no, you don't want to do that. You want to have a life, but you need to adapt to a condition called intermittent fasting, which is very, very healthy. So, intermittent fasting, which as you know, triggers a lot of things in your body. It triggers ketosis, and when you're in ketosis, when you're in fasting mode, you're not only burning fat, but you are actually repairing your body. So you're giving time for your body to heal from all the environmental damage that is also associated with the damage that comes from the food. So if you think that you're eating food and everything is pinks and roses, that's not true. It is actually damaging your body every time you put food into your body. Especially some of these foods are, if they're inflammatory, such as, fried food, processed foods, and stuff like that, which we don't recommend. But, it sometimes happens. You're on the road, you're gonna grab something, whatever, it can happen. And how to prevent the damage in the long term, or you may be overeating. Let's say you go to your relatives and you end up binging a little bit, eating the things that you're not supposed to eat. Even if that's not the case, on a daily basis, giving your body to heal, process the food that you have had before is going to help dramatically. But there are different ways. So if you are not able to do it one way, you can do it another way. That's why we are going to talk about 5 ways of intermittent fasting. Now, number 1, basically you will fast 16 hours and eat 8 hours. The most popular is this one. So basically a lot of people don't really eat breakfast. So for them it's easy to skip the breakfast. So the first meal is typically around 11 or 12, okay? And then you eat, and if you're working at work, the good thing is if you're busy enough, you're not going to keep eating. So we don't recommend really snacking as much. But you can have a meal at noon, and you can have a dinner, and latest at 7 or 8 o'clock, and that's it. And after that, you're not snacking, you're not eating anything else after that. So after 7 or 8 o'clock, you're not eating anything, which is great because a lot of people end up snacking after dinner. And those snacks add up and prevents the weight loss, especially anything you eat too late. If you're not burning, your body will store that into fat. So as a result, highly recommended that not to eat anything after 7 or 8 o'clock and skip the breakfast. That's going to give you a total of 16 hours of fasting, which is enough time for your body to process what it had before and also clean up the mass and create the fasting that you need to burn fat. Now, number 2, not everybody can do 18-6 diet. The reason is, for somebody like me who works out like crazy in the morning, within a couple hours, my body will be screaming at me because I burn so much calories, and if I didn't eat well the night before, then I am in trouble because, I will be severely hungry. That may defeat the purpose. So for those people, you can do 5-2, which means that you basically eat very little on the day that you didn't exercise, for example. So, and when you don't exercise, you don't necessarily be hungry, especially for me. So let's say I exercise on Monday and I ate normally. On Tuesday, I skipped the exercise, but I'm going to only have 600 to 800 calories. If I am a woman, I am okay to go down to 600 calories for one day. As long as you don't do that every day, that's not necessarily starvation. And there's other types of diet that allow you to do that for a week or two or a couple of weeks or a couple of months. But as long as you don't make it a lifestyle, that's not necessarily a starvation. So you go for one day on a very, very low calorie. Next day you resume, you work out, you resume. Even if you don't work out, just have a sensible diet, still paying attention to your diet on another day. And then let's say you do that on Tuesday, or another day of the week, say on a Friday, you do again a very, very low calorie diet, and then you're good. Of course, when you're going on a very low calorie diet, we do not just recommend eating anything. You don't just recommend just eating cookies worth 600 calories. You need to have nutritious food, and especially, Mediterranean diet that is not inflammatory, full of omega-3s, will definitely help you achieve your weight loss goals. If that didn't do, then we'll try the third one. Well, that's called eat, stop, eat. So basically, that's a little bit more intense. That's similar to 5-2, but sometimes people actually don't necessarily feel hungry at all if they eat nothing, because your body switches to ketones, and once you switch to ketones, your hunger will go away. That severe hunger that kicks in for a lot of people dissipates. If you can stand it, if you can go for an hour or two, after that your appetite will go down because your body will switch to ketones. Sometimes when you introduce a snack or something like that, you're going to remind your body to switch back to the glucose, a regular system, and that's going to make you hungry again. But to prevent that, we have this eat, stop, eat, which is 2 days a week. You basically don't eat anything. You can drink non-caloric beverages, coffee, water, Crystal Light, you name it, that's non-caloric. It's okay as long as you don't have any calories, but you can go 24 hours with no calories. And it sounds like extremely hard to do, but it's not. It's not. I have done it before. Once you hit that 12 to 16 hours, actually, you may be feeling like, well, you know what? I'm not really that hungry anyway, so why not go for 24 hours? You can do that too. So if you're not hungry after 16 hours of fasting, you feel good, you keep drinking water, you can go, you're busy, that's okay. Go for 24 hours. That's okay. So you can do that, and I think that is another way to do it that can give you that extra few hours. After actually 16 hours, every hour of fasting gives you a dramatic exponential benefit. Exponential means that if you're normally benefiting like in a graphic like this, and after 16 hours you go like this, and after 16 hours your benefit start going up like this. So try that if you can. Another method, I would say that's number 4, right? So we call this alternate day fasting. So this is more flexible, but you do have some sort of fasting every other day. So one day you eat regular, one day you do some sort of fasting. It could be a 16-hour fast, it can be a 24-hour fast, or it can be a 600 to 800 calorie diet type of fast. So you can eat once, very little calories, or you can eat once, regular food, or you can just skip the whole entire day without eating, but next day you eat regular. So that is also another way of fasting, which also helps dramatically. Again, all these options are given to you because everybody is different. I don't want you to get upset if one thing is not working. Try something else. And remember, this is like a exercise routine. The more you do it, the more conditioned you're going to be. When you first start, it's going to be hard, but once you keep doing it, then your body will remember that, okay, we are fasting again. We don't have to be too hungry. I know it. I know how it goes. Your body get used to it, okay? So some people cannot really go long stretches of time because they're very athletic, or they are, constantly hungry. They cannot stand it, or etc., etc. Although it's recommended to stand it, but, there is something called, that number 5 is called the warrior diet. The warrior diet is basically you can snack on things that are very low calorie, like celery and carrot and stuff like that, just to keep your appetite suppressed, kind of deceive your body as if you're eating with high calorie food. But as long as you do not eat calorie dense food and you stick with low calorie food and you do not snack more frequently than every 3 to 4 hours, you can do that, and then you can eat one large meal. again, when you eat one large meal, I'm not just saying go 2 Big Macs. That's not what we recommend. Still a healthy diet that is good for you, that's delicious for you, and especially if you're exercising, that large meal and those snacks may not hurt you and can still help you lose weight. Everybody's body is different, so some women at different ages respond to diet differently. The men is the same way. Do not get discouraged. One thing that I want you to be sure that you have self-confidence. You are confident with yourself. You're not depressed about your weight. You're not stuck. You can weigh yourself if it is not going to damage your self-image. If you're very goal-oriented type A personality, go for weighing yourself every day. That's going to help. But if you have a fragile ego and if you are low self-esteem and low self-confidence, sometimes weighing yourself every day may be discouraging. And if you are not that warrior type where you're ready to do whatever it takes, then it may really hurt you. Sometimes you have to tell yourself, hey, look, you're great. The way you are, you're great. You're just doing this for your health. You're not doing that to look cute to people. You're doing that because you love yourself and you are at peace with yourself and you want to have a healthy, long life. So, approach can be different from person to person. Don't get stuck on the numbers. Just work on what helps you. As long as you believe what you're doing helping you in here, it's going to give you the power to do it. So, again, guys, I hope this helped. And if you liked it, like the video, share the video, and we will see you in the next one.